Okay, welcome to the start of a brand new anime review series. This is basically it's a very long name, so here's what goes: the reincarnation of the strongest exorcist in another world. Anime review episode number 1. We are here reviewing the first 2 episodes of this series. And keep it this series came out at the start of last year. Yeah, over the course of just a couple months, aired from January 7th to April 1st. So basically, like last week was like the 1 year anniversary of the anime. Yeah, and they didn't go very far with it. The season's only 13 episodes. And here's the thing though, there is light novels that this series is based upon, but it's kind of hard to get hands on those books. But I did read the manga, and here's the thing: the manga is publishing in May 2020. The light novel is publishing in July of 2019. See, the manga has been released 7 volumes, and here's the thing: none released over here. None. I read it basically the website I read them on. I'm not gonna say what website they are, but yeah. So overall, this was only 29 chapters. Yeah, I read the whole thing. Like, yeah, I read it just a couple of days. I found it quite interesting. So we have we have a few major characters debut in just the first 2 episodes. The first being the starring character of the series, whose original name was, if I can find it here. Originally, his name was Hiroshi Kogano. He was an exorcist. Yep, he was in fact an exorcist, and he is voiced. They actually don't have a credit for his English dub actor for reasons I'm not sure why, but his reincarnation does. Sekida, voiced by Marina Bray. Not that familiar with this voice actress, though she does a pretty good job. I can tell it's a woman just by the sound of the voice. Yeah, it's obviously a freaking woman. A woman who, well, let's see if I can find a page with her. There we go. She was Sharp Felipe from One Piece. Felipe, I believe this was the little girl. Yeah, it's the girl with who's basically has balloon powers. She's in that one. She's been in Fairy Tail, Overlord, Attack on Titan, A Day's Journey, Fire Force. Basically playing background characters. Yeah, basically 1, 2, 3, 4, about 5 anime. Like Fire Force, Attack on Titan, Overlord, Ace Journey, Fire Force. Fairy Tail, Attack on Titan, Overlord, Ace Journey, Fire Force. All 5 of these background characters. 6th one, background characters. Girlfriend. Chainsaw Man, background character. Makes 7. Let's see. She's also been in Spy X Family as a couple one-shot characters, and background characters in Trigon Stampede. Yeah, seriously, she's Trigon Stampede. Yeah, it's like she's basically known for doing background characters, mostly. It seems like the only major character that she's voiced in her career. She's voiced Sheriff Felipe, Terrasemi. Oh, it's just a character who appeared in the looks like the Wano dub. Yes, but not. Oh yeah, she was also in How the Realist Hero Ruled the Kingdom. Once again, credited as additional voices, basically background characters. Yep, and she's the star of the series. The other characters appeared in just the first 2 episodes. We have Yufita, who's voiced by Leo Matthews. You're thinking Leo Matthews sounds like a guy. Well, a non-binary guy. Ugh, don't really care for non-binary stuff. Yeah. So you have presumably a woman who goes by the name Leo, and it's non-binary. She's voiced by Yevta, who's a servant, who's also a friend of the main character. And there's Amiru, which I'll get to her because she is voiced by Lucy Christian. Hooray! And this makes 19 series I've heard her in. And you're thinking, wait, Nick, is this like the third of 4 anime you've covered that she just happens to be in? Yes, just by sheer coincidence, the last anime I covered was the Aristocrats Outworldly Adventure. Yeah, she was in Vexation Vampire Prince because that was all subbed. Now it never dubbed for some strange reason. It would be something if that was actually dubbed. Yeah, it would be something. The studio who makes this is Studio Blanca. I like the animation for this one. Now, some might be curious. Have I seen a series from this company? Yes, I have. They worked on a series called My Girlfriend is a Shell Doll, BITCH. Otherwise known as My Girlfriend's a Slutty Virgin, or I think the other name for it was it's almost like a few different names here. So also known as it's like Slutty Virgin. Yeah, it's the one where Caitlin Barr voices the main character, and according to her very first lead role she ever did. And of course, they co-animated this with Donna Mia. Of course, that company. Well, so I work on that one. Working on Parallel Pharmacy. So yeah, connected. Yeah, only the second series I've actually covered for this company. I mean, here's the thing though, is actually the one of 2 that actually last 13 episodes. There is Life Lessons with Orochi Ono-san. Ever seen this one? Nope. I haven't. I seriously have not, because it seems like most of the cast seems like all guys. And apparently the next anime come out this year is called Vampire Dormitory. Yes, a vampire series based upon a manga. Yep, so we start off. Now, here's the thing about this one I found to be quite fascinating. Okay, so the whole Exorcist character, he is from feudal Japan. Not modern day, because all these isekai ones I've seen, or reincarnation ones, usually these are characters from modern day Japan. Not from feudal era Japan. Always same time period. This is actually the first one I've seen where it's a different time period this time. Which I find that fascinating. So, apparently he's like a very strong ex. He's very, very cocky. And he like riding a dragon, living ogres. And then he gets betrayed by the imperial government because they are like jealous of his power. So they say he's doing to murder him. So he's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna reincarnate myself and I'm gonna be boring as possible. So he gets reincarnated into he refers to it as a clan, basically like a family of very magical people, and apparently he's the son of a mistress. And his father tries to test his magical power on him, and it doesn't work, because he doesn't have magical power, he has X's power. So then, of course, he studies all about magic, and then, of course, he gets seized by his second brother, Clyde, who's very arrogant and is like him, but it's like turned up basically to 11. It's like he's very cocky, he's very mean to his brother. The elder brother is much more of a decent person than the middle brother is, because he's jealous because he's the full blood son. Though it's revealed the very next episode that, yeah, Sika is not the son of this feudal lord. He's actually his nephew. Yep, he's his nephew. He's the son of his brother, Gilbert. Who got lost in the demon territory, and by sheer randomness, like he received Sika as a baby, like 12 years by the end of the series, and apparently at that point, the only tell it's him in the flashback is that he's clean shaven compared to the present day, he's got a beard. So he may not have magical power, but he tried to test it out, and of course, the person keep teasing him, and then of course you see him like because apparently paper is very precious in this world. So he creates leaf Shinigami, turning into rats and crows. Then the crows start attacking the second brother because, well, he was being mean to him. And then pretty much basically like he does a normal thing, and then he wakes up next day, puts up his coat on, and apparently it's found in the bushes. Now, apparently it's actually found by the maid, Yuvta, who is voiced by the non-binary person who is clearly a woman with the name of a guy. Look, okay, I have no problem with the people who want to refer themselves non-binary. Okay? I have nothing to say to that at all. It's not my judgment on that. I don't like the term. It just, when I saw this person, saw a picture of this person, it's clearly a woman. Anybody can clearly tell it's a freaking woman. Like, I think the whole non-binary stuff, it's been like this last few years. I think it's so freaking stupid. That is my honest opinion. Non-binary stuff is so freaking stupid. I've never cared for it at all. It is just, I'm not going to tell people that they can't be non-binary. I'm not going to do it. I have no right to tell them that. But I am not a fan of the non-binary. I'm like, it's a woman. That's what you refer to as. Because that's why I look at you. You are a woman, not non-binary. Anyways, so it showed that the maid, Yuvta, can actually use magic too. But before this, Sukuna decides to summon one of his spirits that he apparently is contracted to. And it's a weasel. Yep. A weasel whose human form is a little girl. It's explained because of magical power. Named Yuki. Yep. And later on he actually summons a ogre. Well, actually, not ogre, a cyclops. Yes, a freaking cyclops. What are you thinking? Wait. Like, how in the world is there a cyclops in Japan? Good question. I get the Asian dragon thing, but a cyclops? I guess Japan's got cyclops in their mythology. I don't freaking know. It's weird. So, like, he summons a weasel, and of course, this is where they have the flashback at the end of the episode where he basically fights up against an elder salamander, which causes to go a direction and eventually uses sort of a public display to get him to this particular academy. His brother, Clyde, doesn't like this very much because they're going to send him. Not really. He's been sent to the army because he's a jerk. In actuality, it's basically the reason why it's revealed after Sika leaves. The reason why Clyde was sent in the army and not Sika, because he feels Sika would be good, useful, his magic would be useful better for the country to serve as a mage compared to serving in the army. And plus, also that he explains, he says his official reason is because instead of practicing magic, he'd rather swing around his sword and hang out with a bad crowd. So you're going off the army, dude, and the other brothers come him. And of course, before he leaves, he says, "Oh, you're going to become good lord." Yeah, so he goes off on his little quest, and of course, then they reveal in episode 2 that Sika, like in his previous life, has motion sickness. Now, this actually, believe it or not, is the second time I've seen this for a male lead character who has motion sickness. The obvious question is, who was the last known character that you have seen, Nick, that actually had motion sickness? Who was the lead character, the main character of the series, has motion sickness? Last one was Natsu Dragono from Fairy Tail, voiced by Ted Epicor, my favorite character he voiced, and also his favorite character he's voiced. Yeah, that was the last known character I've come across, basically all these anime I've seen. And this is something, though. Now, I covered Fairy Tail back in 2017, I covered it. Like, it has taken me 7 years to come across basically another series with a lead character's got motion sickness. Now, was I seeking that? No, it's just by sheer coincidence. Though I have heard top performers in the series, but I haven't come across his character yet. But they go to the Magic Academy. Of course, they have the little exam. Now, in the case of how he gets there, now Clyde challenged him to a duel. Like, oh, next day we judge. Oh, we're gonna see this duel? Nope. Clyde apparently got impatient and decided to challenge him right then and there. Oh, before all this, Yuka basically knows magic. Very little magic per se, though she thinks she's elementals. So Clyde teaches her magic, and this helps her a little bit. Of course, oh, yeah, it does help a little bit protecting another servant. So he requests that her come with him to be like his personal servant, and well, no magic. And then he, of course, Clyde gets impatient, challenges him, and sees Shinigami, and proceeds to immobilize him. And of course, he's told by his brother to go easy on him. And then he proceeds, look like he breaks his arm. He surrenders, and then apparently, like off screen, apparently, like, oh, that Seiya gets sent to the Magic Academy with Yuta, and of course, Clyde sent out the army off screen. Yeah. This at that point. That's when they explain about the reason for this, and then when they arrive at the academy after basically relaxing at the motion sickness. Then we come across the first part of the exam, testing the magic aptitude. Yuta goes first. Seiya post comes up. It's like, no magic power. You get extra power. And then we see the debut of Amiyu. Yeah, we see her debut in the episode where she does, and she's apparently like all the magic, like, and oh, it might be next hero, presumably. And then the episode ends. Looks like there's a demon being sent after her. Say events next episode. But great start to this series. Love it. Excuse me. So that's going to be pretty much a particular view. I'm more about the rest of the episodes later, because I have 4 anime to cover. Next anime cover is going to be Spy X Family. But next thing I'm going to do is a comic corner. Yep. To this video. Bye.